For you growing up, how did you fall in love with baseball?
Oh man, baseball was in my family before I was born. My dad played his whole life. My brother played his whole life. My dad was a Red Sox for about 10 years. My brother is a New York Yankee, and we had baseball everywhere. Baseball in the backyard, baseball in the house. We rolled up some socks and turned them into a ball and used a pillow as a bat inside the house when we couldn't get outside. So we did everything we possibly could to play baseball.
Now I know too that you also played other sports. Did that have any impact in your development as a great baseball player?
For sure. I played football. I played soccer for a really long time, which I'm sure helped with my cardio because baseball is a little bit different. You don't get that. I did some track when I was younger, so we kind of did a little bit of everything, and my parents encouraged us to because it helps to develop a little bit of different things that you need from each sport that you can bring together in baseball.
When you started playing baseball, was practice fun and something you look forward to, and how did your coaches make it fun that you wanted to be out there?
You know, it was always fun for me, but there was definitely days where it was a little tougher. There was days when it got hard, and as a young kid, you get frustrated, you get emotional, and I've had plenty of times where my dad has told me, "You told me you wanted to quit," and you never did, obviously, but there was days when you didn't want to do it anymore, and they sat down with me and they told me, you know, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult to want to do this every day, and especially at the level that I'm at now, it is every day. It's your life, it's your career, so it changes. But as a child, you know, you just think everything should be success right away. So everybody wants instant gratification, and it doesn't work like that. So you have to learn to be patient.
I mean, so many parents pressure their kids because they want their child to be that next level. When you were growing up, was there pressure, or how did your parents treat your games and the car ride home?
It was pretty strict, but the strict came more in the sense of my parents wanted us to play the game the right way. It wasn't so much, we need you to succeed, we need you to hit home runs, we need you to win every game. It was more, enjoy the game, but do it the right way. Play the right way, respect your teammates, respect the other team, and respect the game of baseball.
So many kids try to dial in on one position. You're great at all of them. How did that evolve where you can play so many different positions and play them well?
I think that started when I was younger and I wanted to do all of them. I started out as a shortstop when I was a kid, but my brother would catch and then we would switch. I would pitch to him, he would pitch to me. You know, go run down fly balls and try and dive for every single one that you can when you're a kid is like the best thing you can do. So I kind of bounced around even from a young age.
There's so much failure in this game. How do you keep a positive mindset game after game?
Oh, that's tough. That's a tough one for a lot of people. Even at this level, it's hard. You know, it's like I said, it goes back to patience and just putting in the work to be able to know that just because I failed today doesn't mean I'm going to fail tomorrow. There's another game. The sun will come up. You will get a chance to play again eventually, and to be able to just be patient with that and understand how the game works.
Before one game on their Saturday morning, like it's life ending, like how could like coaches be a positive influence on kids to like kind of talk about what you just kind of mentioned there?
I think the best thing that they could do is just to tell them that it's okay. It's okay to fail. Everybody fails. We fail most of the time, and still we're successful when it comes to numbers and you're looking at stats and everything. You see the best guys in the game failing majority of the time that they're there. So to be able to understand that this game isn't just succeed all the time. You're not going to. Nobody's going to. So to be able to take those failures and to be able to notice that when you're an adult and you're teaching a child that this is okay. Now obviously we don't want to get into a habit of losing or a habit of accepting losses, but it's not so much accepting the loss, it's accepting the fact that, okay, we didn't win that time, but I'm going to win next time. No matter how many times in a row I lost, I knew for a fact I was going to win the next game, or at least that's what I thought.
From your youth sports experiences, do you ever remember a time where you had like a disappointing game and you had to fight through adversity and kind of learn how you had to bounce back?
Oh man, there's countless numbers of those. I can distinctly remember one week being really sick and not doing well. And one of the games I went 4 for 4, and it came after a stretch of really bad games. So I don't know if it was a case of I finally just stopped being so tough on myself and stopped looking for results and more just went out and had fun. You know, that drive to the game was my father telling me, look, this game is hard, so don't make it any harder than it already is. Don't be hard on yourself. The game's going to be hard on you. So be kind to yourself. Say positive things. The term self-talk comes into play a lot. When you have negative self-talk in your head, all you're hearing is bad thoughts. So bad things are going to happen. If you're telling yourself, you're your number one fan. Aside from your parents, obviously, my mom, my dad were my biggest fans. But in your head, you have to be your own biggest fan. So telling yourself that you're going to succeed is what's going to make you succeed.
That's a great point. I mean, obviously you're called in a lot of late inning situations and tight games to play defense. How do you deal with the pressure and stress of knowing that if a ball comes to you, like the game could be on the line?
Preparation. That is the number one thing. I have no idea, like you said, I don't know when I'm going to come in. I don't know where I'm going to go into, but I'm prepared before the game to be able to go into those positions. I know any situation that's going to happen, I've already run through it in my head. I've already played this over 100, 200, 300 times in my head. So when it happens, I just do. I don't have to think.
Growing up, are you someone, when you look back on your career, that has kind of enjoyed the journey? I mean, is there struggle, but you enjoy the hard work and striving to get better? Because so many kids just want everything to be instant gratification.
Mm-hmm. That's tough. That's a tough thing to teach young kids too, to have patience, to see the big picture in the long run, as opposed to just, I want to go 4 for 4 today, or I want to have a great week, I want to hit 2 home runs today. You know, that kind of thing is tough for younger people to understand. So it really, a lot of it falls on the parents or the coaches to be able to relay that information. Look, this is a long season. Whether you're a little leaguer or a big leaguer, it's still a long season. So to be able to focus in on what you need to do that day and not thinking about what's going to happen, 2 weeks from now or a month from now, it's really difficult to do, but it can put you steps above other people who are your age at that time.
When you go to the plate, do you have a set mindset? Because I'm curious, like what young kids, like in that 12 to 14 range, should be thinking when they're up at the plate.
See, now that's another thing. That's a preparation thing. You got to know who's pitching, who's on base, what the score is, what inning it is. There's a whole group of things that come into play when you're deciding what you need to do. Am I getting the runner over? Am I trying to hit him in with a runner on third? Am I bunting or taking or whatever it is that you have to do? You prepare for that before you walk up there. I'm on deck or I'm in the dugout. I'm not just sitting around doing nothing. I'm watching the game, I'm watching the pitcher, I'm watching the position players. I need to know what's happening so that when I get up there, I'm not caught off guard. I'm not just, oh my gosh, what do I do now? I wasn't prepared for this. You got to be prepared for everything.
Last 2 questions. One, what's it like to achieve your dream and be a major league player?
It means more than I can put into words, obviously, with the background that we have in our family in baseball. The astronomical probability of my brother and I both making the big leagues after my dad did, it's crazy that we actually made it here. But I mean, that came from years and years and years of working and mentally preparing, physically preparing. This was an everyday thing. It wasn't just a let's pick up a bat on the weekend and go play baseball. This was every day when we get home from school. You do your homework, you do your baseball. That was part of our day. No matter what we were doing, we get a phone call from Dad from work when we're home at 3 o'clock after school. Did you do your homework? Yeah. Have you taken your swings yet? Yeah. Well, go take some more swings because you need to hit from the other side too. So it was an everyday thing. It was a grind. You hear that a lot from a lot of guys. That not very many people in baseball history have just picked up a bat when they were 20 years old and been able to play in the big leagues. So this is, and it goes for anything in life, really. No matter what your line of work is, you're going to have to work at it every single day. And it's going to take years, not weeks, not months. It's going to take years for you to succeed. And you got to realize there's hundreds of thousands of other people all across the country, all across the world that come from other countries. And they're doing it every day. So if you're not putting in the work, they are. You got to be able to keep up.
That's a great point. And last question, when you look back on all your youth sports experiences, what would be like one of your favorite memories from growing up playing the game?
Oh man, just being able to play with my brother on the same team in high school. I got lucky my senior year, he was a freshman, and he got to catch me when I came into close because I would play short and then come into close from shortstop, and I got to pitch to my younger brother. And since then, we've never played against each other and we've never played on the same team, so that was kind of special for me.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's great insight. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.